What are you, class 3 sexual predator?
Tier 1.
What's tier 1's the highest and worst?
No, I'm
the lowest.
I'm the lowest.
You're child's life. Do you think you're the devil himself?
No, but I do have a good mirror.
It's a serious question.
I'm sorry.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
I don't know. Why would you say that?
Because you have all the attributes. You're incredibly smart. You remember the devil is somebody
the devil's
knows.
What?
The devil's brilliant. You read Milton's Paradise Lost.
No, the devil scares me.
Wait, so you know how we all thought this Epstein situation would only end with Diddy and Jay-Z being exposed for their shady behavior? Well, hold on, because it's getting even darker. It's now being reported that many young and up-and-coming actors and actresses were either passed around within the industry or taken to Epstein's Island in exchange for career success. And one of those actors allegedly happens to be Bryshere Gray.
Very appreciative of the response people are giving, and people saying they love the show, they love the music, and they're feeling very inspired from the characters.
Meet Bryshere Gray, 21-year-old actor and rapper, and is one of the fresh faces on Fox's hit show Empire.
When I was 16 years old, me and my mom would pack up a small Camry car, and we would drive to Michigan, and we'll drive to Wisconsin and stuff like that, and I'll go perform for high schools for free.
Because it was only during the time the show was being filmed that Bryshere started to change for the worse. Allegedly, Terrence Howard and Taraji P. Henson tried to get Bryshere some help, but by then, he was already too far gone. We've heard time and time again from industry whistleblowers like Cat Williams and Dave Chappelle about the price that powerful industry gatekeepers supposedly demand from entertainers. I mean, even Dave Chappelle once spoke about how he had to leave the country after being offered a $50 million deal because he had seen what happened to other actors who accepted big contracts, and he felt like he might be next on the chopping block.
What's going on? Why is Dave Chappelle going to Africa? Why does Mariah Carey make a $100 million deal and take her clothes off on TRL? A weak person cannot get to sit here and talk to you. Ain't no weak people talking to you. So what is happening in Hollywood? Nobody knows. The worst thing to call somebody is crazy, is dismissive. I don't understand this person, so they're crazy. That's bullshit. These people are not crazy, they're strong people. Maybe the environment is a little sick. Newsweek, it's a very credible magazine. And they're saying, maybe I smoke crack, and it was all innuendo. And the magazine is credible as Newsweek. I was very surprised that this was happening. And the higher up I go, for some reason,
people say that he lost $50 million. No, that's not even close to what happened to this dude. And until you understand what happened to the dude, you don't understand what happened. Like, no, not they offered him 50 million and he turned it down. Who gonna turn down 50 million? Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times, just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about.
Now, the topic of Bryshere has been coming up a lot, and that's because there are still many gaps in his story that no one has clearly explained. Some people claim it's not Hollywood's fault at all, saying Bryshere was reportedly dealing with mental health issues even before he landed the role of Hakeem on Empire. They argue that he was barely holding himself together and believed the success of Empire would open many more doors for him.
Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my penis in front of all my people at my agency. What am I supposed to do? He did all of that. I'm thinking I'm the only black person on the script. I get there, it's 3 other black guys on there. Woo. Huh.
So you wonder what they did to get it?
I told him no. What y'all do?
But according to Taraji P. Henson, Jaguar wasn't the only one raising concerns about Bryshere. When news broke that Bryshere had stepped into a completely different line of work, actor and choreographer Darren Henson, you might remember him from the Soul Food series on Showtime years ago, spoke up as well. He said he had warned Bryshere to be careful in Hollywood because he knew from experience that once things go wrong, very few people step in to protect you. He explained that when Bryshere was still young and innocent, he advised him to move carefully while working on Empire, but in the end, no one truly shielded him. He also said that people will talk about you when you're rising and they'll talk about you when you're falling, so you must always protect yourself because no one else will do it for you. Cat Williams echoed similar concerns and shared how Harvey Weinstein once tried to pressure him into an uncomfortable situation when he was new to the industry. The difference, according to Kat, is that he refused and quickly removed himself from that environment.
You get fired for making fun of Puffy?
Yeah, by Hot 97, I had to fight a lawsuit. You know what it all came down to? They
came down to gay rappers. That's what it was.
Gay rappers and exposing. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Wendy, and she was on the radio talking all this way back in the days. I've been telling you things for years, but you don't want to hear. So, all right, fine. And I don't understand parents who unleash their kids. It's just a deeply moving story to me, because I know.
By the time Bryshere was introduced to Diddy, there were already claims circulating that Diddy was under federal investigation for alleged inappropriate relationships with individuals who were underage. However, those reports never fully reached the mainstream spotlight, and some people believe that his influence in the industry allowed the situation to stay out of major headlines.
And so you seen the orgies, you seen the people that was the stars, and the shit that they was doing, and the smells and the looks in their eyes.
Now, the reason Taraji is reportedly suggesting that Hollywood's gatekeepers may have played a role in Bryshere's downward spiral is because of how tightly controlled his situation seemed from every direction. She allegedly places much of the blame on Will and Jada Smith. This all supposedly began when Bryshere's controversial manager, Charlie Mack, introduced him to Will Smith and Diddy as part of what was presented as a mentorship program. Charlie Mack once worked security for Will Smith years ago, and their relationship was said to go far beyond business. In fact, Will even had a song titled Charlie Mack First Out the Limo, which shows just how close they were. So when Charlie introduced Bryshere to Will and Diddy, the public story was that he was about to rise straight to the top with some of the biggest names in the industry supporting him. But according to certain claims, the mentorship may not have been as simple as it appeared. Some people act surprised by how Bryshere's life eventually unfolded. But when you look at the powerful figures surrounding him at the time, others question whether it was truly unexpected. Diddy was widely seen as a major force in the entertainment world, yet for years there have been rumors about his personal life and about how he allegedly treated certain men in the industry to maintain control and influence. Wendy Williams spoke about these rumors publicly for a long time, long before reports surfaced that Diddy allegedly played a role in her losing her position at Hot 97 after she began speaking too openly about sensitive topics.
But I uncovered some research that he linked up with Will Smith's manager back in the day from Philly, and that really started his progress. But how do you know as a mother if your child is linking up with the right people, or when you should keep them close or let them go?
Well, we're close. We're a close-knit family. I brought his manager on to help get him to where he is, but I managed him first, and artists developed him, and then we got a call through his manager asking if they had anyone that would want to audition for the role. Once he auditioned, he took off from there. That was it.
Some critics claim that the same influence Diddy allegedly used to keep people around him quiet was also used to win over Bryshere's mother. According to these claims, the people in control knew how to secure loyalty from those closest to him, making it easier to manage the narrative and limit outside interference. That's what Jaguar Wright claimed. She said that at one point, Bryshere's mother, Andrea, was deeply worried about her son and even reached out to her for advice. According to Jaguar, she told Andrea to distance herself from Charlie Mack and Will Smith as soon as possible. But then, Andrea allegedly pulled back and stopped pushing the issue, allowing Bryshere to remain in those circles for a few more years until, as critics describe it, there was barely anything left of the person he once was. Jaguar also made the strong accusation that there are parents in the industry who accept money and turn a blind eye when it comes to protecting their children. She described that kind of behavior as deeply disturbing. She insisted that Bryshere was not always struggling and claimed he did not show signs of serious mental health issues before spending time in those powerful circles. So what do you think about all of this? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.